know which YouTube channel or YouTube like company I hate out of the most thing because they're like a huge group of people is BuzzFeed. I cannot stand BuzzFeed. They have some of the most racist, ignorant, and sexist content I've ever watched in my entire life. It's just, and I can't say, every time I watch their video, I cringe. I die a little bit inside of me. Like, my heart shrivels away slowly as I listen to these people ramble on and on. So today, for your viewing pleasure, we're going to be watching one of their videos. Oh god, let's just get right into the cancer, guys. Let's freaking go.
How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
How does it feel to be the same sex as Hillary Clinton? Also, that's such a stupid question. I mean, like, who would I care? Are you saying that just because I'm the same sex as Donald Trump means I am a sexist person like Donald Trump is? And I agree with some of the things he says, but I do have to admit that the man is a bit sexist. But just because I'm the same sex as him, is that what you're trying to say? That I am as sexist as well, because that in itself is a very sexist statement. So stop. And that's also another thing I forgot to mention about BuzzFeed. They're the most hypocritical channel on this entire website.
Why do you hate rom-coms? Or do you just feel like you need to hate them?
Everybody likes The Notebook. Everybody likes Beyonce. It's just a fact.
Personally, actually, I don't really like The Notebook at all, and I don't even like Beyonce much either. I mean, personally, I haven't seen The Notebook, but I know the general idea of what it's about, and I don't like it at all. Like the idea. And the reason most men do not like romantic comedies is because they portray unrealistic expectations for what men are supposed to do. In a romantic comedy, the man is always giving up everything to be with the girl, right? And that's just unrealistic. No one would do that. No man or woman would just give everything up to be with the person, right? And that's just such a stupid thing to say. Now, I do know men who like romantic comedies, but how is it sexist if we don't like romantic comedies? And by that logic, everybody loves The Notebook, everybody loves Beyonce. It's just a fact. Does that mean that everyone loves Eminem and everyone loves hip-hop? Because I know quite a few people who do not like Eminem or hip-hop, and I'm fine with that. So why do you people need to feel upset about that? And also, there's these questions are very generalizing. Like, it feels like that's what I don't like about the questions for, because it's so discriminating and ignorant, because they think everyone of this particular race or gender or sexuality is like this. So yeah, start doing some more research, because not everyone is exactly the same.
Why do you make women sit around and talk about men in movies
When y'all easily just sit around and talk about boobs for hours.
Why?
Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but me and my friends don't just sit around talking about boobs for hours. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. What do you really think that's what men actually do? Just sit around and talk about that? That's the most closed-minded statement I've ever heard, and that's coming from BuzzFeed. So you know that's a lot, because like, holy crap, they've said a lot of closed-minded and stupid stuff. They've had so many ignorant and sexist videos that I don't know. And it's not even what they would consider sexist. It's sexism against men and racism against majorities. Like, and just because it's against a majority does not mean that it's not racism. And that's, I think, a thing that people need to, or sexism, that's a thing that think people need to put in the past. Because just because someone's a majority does not mean they cannot be discriminated against. So, yeah, I mean, also, like, I can't even remember what they were saying. Something about, oh yeah, sitting around talking about that. Who talks, like, that's like me saying, oh, you women sit around talking about guys for hours. That's would be just as sexist. If I said that, people would have a fit.
You automatically assume that you won't like TV or movies that star a female lead.
Why?
Don't assume that I will automatically not like movies with a female lead. In fact, Hunger Games was one of my favorite movies. The first one, not really the second one, and I haven't seen the third one yet, so maybe the third one will be good, who knows. So yeah, and maybe but I presume what they're referring to is the new Ghostbusters. I don't remember if this video came out before that, but the new Ghostbusters is supposed to have an all-female cast, which I don't really care about. The reason I won't be seeing this movie, and a lot of other people don't really want to see it, is because it's a remake of the original classic, and a lot of us are fans of the original classic and like it much better than the remake. And the remake is essentially just a cash grab. Also, I don't like most of the actors in it. For instance, Melissa McCarthy. Yeah, for some reason I keep confusing her name with Megan McCarthy, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't personally like her. I used to, not really anymore. Just it seems her comedy hasn't been very good. It's sort of been like a jumbled mess of just using swearing to be funny, which I don't really appreciate much if you're just going to use swears to act funny. But yeah, so no, I don't automatically assume that I will ever not like a movie just because it has a female lead in it. Oh my god.
Are you surprised when women are funny?
I'm probably funnier than you. I'm probably funnier than you.
Do you realize that if you have to say, I'm probably funnier than you, then you're most likely not funnier than me? I agree that I'm not the funniest person on the planet, but I would never, ever go up to someone and say, I'm probably funnier than you. Just to say that. And no, I'm never surprised if women are funny. There's some great funny women, like Amy Schumer. She's hilarious. And Amy Poehler. God, there's a lot of Amy's. And Tina Fey. Those are some amazing, funny women actors. But that one girl with the blonde hair who's like, I'm probably funnier than you. That just, if you have to say that, she's probably the one person in the group who doesn't even, like, who, if they'll make a joke like, hey, what'd you have for breakfast today? And they're like, your mom, ha ha, ho ho ho, and that's supposed to be funny, and then everyone's like, ha ha, laughs, and then later is like, that person is the stupidest person in the entire world. So yeah, that's just great. And just slowly, that one girl who said, I'm probably funnier than you, is slowly becoming the most annoying in the entire thing. I just have to say that right now.
Why do you think that we're obsessed with you when we hook up?
9 times out of 10, I just want you to leave too. I'm busy. I got shit to do.
You actually have stuff to do. I am so surprised. Oh my god. And no one is obsessed. No one automatically thinks that women are obsessed with them just because they date them. Where are they getting these ideas from? Who do they talk to? Who do they live with? It's just, who thinks this? Who in the world thinks this? BuzzFeed obviously does. These poor women are hopefully just reading off a script, and this is not what they actually think. Oh my god.
I cannot sleep with as many people as I want to without being judged.
Because that's how you get diseases, and you really don't want those.
When men do it, they're congratulated.
Why?
No, they're not. In fact, they probably get referred to a doctor if they do something like that.
Why do you consider a woman a tease if she doesn't sleep with you after 3 dates, but a slut if she sleeps with you on the first date?
In what world does no mean yes?
No means no.
What world do you think that no means yes? Of course no means no. And only someone who doesn't understand the English language would not understand that. I mean, like, even rapists probably understand that no means no, but they just don't really care, right? So, we all understand the English language here. No one's stupid.
Why do you say that women are too emotional to be leaders?
Then justify catcalling by saying men just can't control themselves.
Look, I do not justify catcalling at all. I think that's a very disrespectful way to treat women. The fact that you're judging the behaviors of, like, maybe, I don't know, one man for every single man that exists. I know some men that, like, would hate anyone who catcalled anyone or did any of the things you're even talking about. So you're basically generalizing all men in the statement. Why not do how about instead of for men, you could do for sexist instead of that? Because obviously this is just such a stupid video. It generalizes people in a terrible way.
Why do you think that just because you're nice to me, I owe you my body?
Why would you ever send an unsolicited dick pic?
I don't know. I never have before. And most guys I know probably would not do that because that's weird and creepy.
Why do you feel like it's okay to harass women or make offensive comments about women, but When somebody does it to your sister, it's not okay.
Why do you think I'm okay with people making harassive comments about certain people? I'm never okay with anyone making like harassive, or what's the right word, harassment towards another person, like in forms of comments and stuff like that. So, but like, even if it was a family member or not, so why would you even bring that up? That doesn't. I don't know any. Like I said before, I don't know any men who would be like that. So yeah.
How does it feel to interrupt me when I'm in the middle of making a point during a meeting?
I don't know, because again, I have never done that. I don't know who these people are around or talking to or hanging around with, because these are some stuff that I don't know anyone would do, who would interrupt a woman purposely just because she's a woman. I've interrupted people in the past, and I've apologized for that. I mean, I do have a problem with interrupting people, but not just women. It's just so stupid.
Why do you have to sit with your legs so wide open?
I get that you have balls, but I don't stand around with my arms wide open to make room for my boob.
Because your arms go beside you. They're not straight out. Sorry, I moved my mic when I said that. They're not straight out squishing you, whereas men's leg go straight out when we sit down, and therefore it could squish certain things. That's sexism on itself, that you don't understand that certain things like that can happen. That's just being intolerant or ignorant and stuff like that. And why does it really matter? Do you honestly care that men spread their legs when they sit down? Is that such an issue that you need to bring attention to it? Really? Wow, what a great life you guys must have.
Why are women perceived as the weaker sex, even though we literally birth you? Like watermelons through like this.
Why?
Yes, okay. Women do have a stronger pain tolerance, but men are built as a sort of like more strong. Obviously not me. I mean, there are tons of women much stronger than some men, and definitely me. I mean, I can lift anything, even if I tried, but it's just the way our bodies were built, like, because the female and male were also built for like in a different purpose for each other, like, for heavy lifting and stuff like that. Back when early humans were around, and the people would go gathering, and certain other people would go hunting and stuff like that. I'm not saying that women can't be strong or men can't have a high pain tolerance. I'm just saying that's the way our bodies are built.
Why is it so bad to show your emotions?
It means you're human.
Why are you always trying to prove your masculinity to me?
Again, for the last freaking time, BuzzFeed, I'm not trying to prove anything or trying to do anything that you say, alright? Because everything you say is super biased, and I don't know where you're getting all this information from. I honestly am confused.
Why the f isn't it ladylike to cuss? When did words get genders?
Why is it your first instinct to doubt women who have been sexually violated or raped?
It's just that the reason it's not your first instinct to doubt women who have been sexually violated. It's the fact that that's such a serious crime that a lot of investigation needs to be gone through to figure out what's happening, because that consequences could be potentially very, very bad. Like, that could ruin someone's life with false rape allegations. So we can't just, like, if I said, oh, no, I'm not a murderer, I swear, and they just believed me, and they believed every murderer who said they weren't a murderer, then a lot of murderers would go free, right? So that you need to check up on everything. You can't just blindly believe everything someone says.
Why do you assume a woman's angry because she's on her period?
Why do you think women that wear makeup are false advertising?
Because it kind of is. I mean, you're making the product look better, right?
We can say the same thing about your dick size. Why isn't it weird that there's a bunch of old white men sitting in a room making legislation about what I can and can't do with my body?
I believe that he or she is referring to abortion, which technically it's not your body. It's the body growing inside of you. And the reason they're doing that is because you elected these people, and they get to decide what you do, It's sad to say, but nothing is a free country. And as you probably have already figured out right now, I am conservative, so I do not agree with the whole abortion thing. And it's just, but it's technically, like I said before, it's not your body. So, also, like if you think about it, it's just such a terrible thing, taking away a child's right to live, right? But, just my personal opinion. I know I've probably offended a lot of people by saying that, but whatever, you can believe what you want to believe, but still, it's the reason they're deciding that is because, it's you elected those people, so it's their right to decide what laws they have.
You have a coochie?
Why are straight guys so obsessed with lesbians?
How does it feel to get kicked in the balls?
Do you ever get tired of trying to be manly all the time?
Great equality, or at least the feminist version of equality, where, of course, men are slaves at the bottom and women are the top race. Yay for women being men's controllers. Down with all men, kill them all.
Why are you so afraid of gender equality?
Why do I deserve to be paid less than you?
In what world does 77 cents equal $1?
In what world does 68 cents equal $1?
A world that, I'll let you in on a little secret, a world that does not exist because the Equal Pay Act was passed a long time ago, which means if we were to be paying someone less, it would be illegal. So that's why the wage gap doesn't exist. And it's also been disproven by mathematicians. Anything that's left of it is just people's personal choices of when they're going to go to work and when they aren't going to go to work.
How is that fair?
Why are you intimidated by a woman who makes more money than you? That's awesome! More money!
Why are opinionated women seen as bitches?
When opinionated men are seen as bosses.
Opinionated people like yourself are very annoying no matter what gender or sex they are. It doesn't matter. They're just opinionated people are annoying in general.
Why aren't you speaking up when you hear your male friends behind closed doors make jokes that are offensive to women?
Why are you so afraid?
Because it's behind closed doors. We can say whatever we want. In fact, I guarantee you probably make jokes about men behind closed doors, but it's not okay with us because it's sexism, because we're a majority.
Of recognizing your own privilege. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just recognize it and do something about it.
Alright guys, that was the amazing BuzzFeed's video on why all men are stupid idiots who need to die. You know, if you're a man, you might as well just take a gun and put it to the roof of your mouth and just pull that trigger right there, you know. And thanks for liking and commenting, and I'll see all you guys when you like, comment, and subscribe.
Probably funnier than you.
Swear to God, I am about to kill myself.